I do karate. Um, I dance, and I also do archery. I'm a former competitive swimmer, and
What?
yeah,
So what it doesn't do?
um,
Eh?
I don't know yet. I do karate.
Brought to you by C&Z Precision Welding Limited and Selector Father Entertainment.
Life isn't perfect, but your outfit can be.
Welcome to the voice of the community with your favorite president, Renzo. Tonight, we have a special guest with us tonight, right? Say hi.
Hi
Hi
guys.
to our audience. Right, we have a young woman here with us. She will introduce herself. Right, she has a unique ability, and I believe it will be an interesting night tonight. Right, so Miss, would you take the floor?
Sure, no problem. So I will introduce myself by saying I am Serena Stephens. I'm 17 years old and I have finished my CXC exams. I'm about to graduate. I also have a business called Athena Sydney Liz. I am also a budding fashion designer and a eternal rose florist, as you can see the displays. Um, I have three sports. I do karate. Um, I dance and I also do archery. I'm a former competitive swimmer. And
What?
yeah.
So what it doesn't do?
Um I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
At this young age, I believe you're grasping as much opportunity as possible.
Of course, of course.
Right, but what you like to do? I mean, okay, let me start. Let me start with some definitions. You like karate,
Yes.
right? You like archery, which is something interesting.
Yes.
Right? You also like floral design, but we ain't going to that yet.
Yeah,
Wait
ain't
on
going to
that.
that yet.
Wait to the
Yeah.
floral design. Wait on that. What else? Like because I think the Bible says, I could be wrong. Whatever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. So it's a good thing, right? At a young age, 17 years old, right? That you find yourself occupied, right? So what else you find yourself occupying with?
Well,
What about the subject? What is your favorite subjects?
garment production.
What?
Garment production is basically sewing.
Sewing production. I didn't hear that before.
Garment
Oh,
production.
garment production.
Yeah.
And you do this way at Harmons?
Yes, at Hammonds.
Harmons. All right, that's an interesting thing. Harmons does garment production. What else you find yourself doing besides the garment?
Honestly,
Just the archery, and the karate. So you could beat up people, defend yourself.
I reached it. I closed the game on white belt, but I reached it. I closed. I
Yeah.
just start like a couple like last year, December, around so yeah, just start. So
And you just finished exams.
yes,
Right. You think you do good, you beat them, you mash them up.
yeah.
So why I say you doing all this thing? Where you find the time? You're doing archery, you're doing all the things. So where you find time to do all of this?
Time management, because that's a big thing. I find a lot of teenagers, right, feel it's very difficult to kind of manage the time because I have so much to do, right? But because I want to do literally everything, right, according to my mother, right, I just had to find the time to say, okay, this is school, this is homework, this is archery, this is school, and we're going on the road out trying to list out a schedule for the rest of the week, for the rest of the month, because in somebody for me, right, since I want to try everything, right, to see what I'm good at, it's good to say like, okay, you have to put aside time for this, okay? As much as have something else to do, put aside time for this because you never know what that will lead you to.
Yeah, and that is done through scheduling.
Yes.
Now that is something interesting to note for adults, right? Example me, right? Scheduling, and I believe because you do karate, that adds a little discipline,
Yeah, it does.
right? So to follow the schedule, because lots of time me and all is guilty of planning things and can't follow the plan. We understand where the discipline comes in.
Yeah.
So kudos to again.
Thank
So
you,
how
thank
come
you.
you where you get into this flowers now? When you talk about the flowers, the garment designing, where you get that from?
Okay, so let's start with the Athena roses first, right? So I started looking at Athena roses on TikTok, right, in 2024, right?
Speak a little slower. All.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not picking up. Right.
So back in 2024,
very good.
Right? Around December time.
Yeah.
I was looking on TikTok and I saw this person just making these flowers and I was like, whoa, that looks so cool. I wonder if I could do it because I'm very artsy, so I like to do things with my hands.
Yeah.
So in 2025, right, I started doing it with paper first, like making flowers out of paper.
Right.
And I realized a lot of my classmates was like, oh my God, Serena, can I get like a bouquet and I'll pay for it and stuff like that? And I was like, sure, no problem. And that's why I started doing it with a paper, right? Until I see people doing it with ribbon. And I was like, that's so interesting. So I was like, Mommy, we could go Trinidad and, get the materials because in Tobago, we don't have everything, right?
Right, yes,
so
yes.
definitely went to Trinidad, getting materials, and then I started learning. At the beginning, horrible. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Everything was all over the place. I can wrap properly. I can make the roses properly. But eventually, with time, I got better, right?
Yeah.
And so
it took a lot of practice because to me, this will make the work look very easy.
Thank you.
And that goes to show the level of skill.
That's true.
But the skill didn't come like that.
No, there's a lot of practice, trial and error,
right?
Going back and forth, especially TikTok. TikTok is so useful. As much as older people will say, "Oh my God, you're wasting your time on social media," it's so useful because I learned how to do this from TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
So because the age of information is there, you can actually learn anything on YouTube and TikTok in this time.
Mm-hmm.
So what other flowers besides roses that you make? Other type of flowers?
For now, I'm just doing roses. In the future, especially coming down to the Yam Festival, I want to do like lilies and, different types of flowers, sunflowers and...
Well, I say make money flowers.
Well, that's the money flowers, okay? I can't say what specific type of flower it is, but...
Yeah.
But
I love the color scheme of the flowers. There's a lot of blues and there's a lot of... the color palettes, I believe, is really, really interesting because it blends well with most what is it? Help me with the word. With most occasions.
True, all events. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all events. So there's a place they could contact you to do things like that. So these just go for like where some of the occasions that you present your flowers or you can see your flowers in.
For most of my clients,
or bouquets. I said the wrong thing. Forgive me. Bouquets.
Yes, it's bouquets.
Right.
So most of my clients tell me that they either want it for graduation, weddings. I got a client who said they wanted it for a funeral, and I was like, okay, no problem. I never did one for a funeral, but I'll do it probably next week. I haven't got a wedding yet. Nobody asked me to do it for a wedding. Baby showers, okay? Someone asked me to make like a bouquet out of Pampers, right? And I was like, whoa, I never tried that before, but new challenge. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. Because not only you could do like flowers alone, you could do anything with it, honestly.
Right, because there is a market for floral designs, if you explore the areas of wreaths, and these are some of the opportunities that you could get from doing floral design. You have wreaths,
definitely.
There are weddings, there are graduations, and what else? That's it.
Yeah, it can be for birthdays as well.
And then official events, right? Yeah, people need bouquets and so on.
Yeah.
So let's get into the garment. No. Before I reach the garment, let's get into your name, right?
Sure.
What is your name?
Designer's
your
name?
sobriquet. First of all, your name is Miss
Serena.
But you have a sobriquet like a Calypsonian.
Yeah.
Let's have a sobriquet. So your sobriquet is
Athena Sydney Liz.
Athena. Where that come from?
So, funny story. I was watching anime once.
Yeah.
And
I love anime.
Same.
Yeah.
So I was watching an anime once, and I think the name Elizabeth, I think from the Seven Deadly Sins,
Elizabeth.
right? Yeah, Elizabeth, right? She was one of my favorite characters back then. And so I was like, ooh, I want the name Liz, right? Yeah. And then I did some more digging up, and I think it had a show called Epic, the musical, right?
Epic, yes. I remember Epic.
Epic, the musical, right? So I kind of get inspiration from one of these songs, right?
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, Athena is such a you know.
Yeah,
like,
I think Athena is a
commands
goddess
that
of one of them Greek
wisdom
goddess
and
things too,
war.
you know.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So
yeah,
it just
yeah.
commands attention, and I was like,
Yes,
definitely need
yeah,
Athena,
yeah.
right? And then I was like, Mommy,
Is a goddess in the
yeah,
designing world.
definitely.
Right.
So that's what I was like getting the concept from. And then I was like, Mommy, we wanted to name me instead of Serena. And she was like, Sydney. And I was like, that's it.
Oh,
Athena, Sydney, Liz.
Right. So in tribute to your mother,
Yes.
right, that's where the name Sydney come in.
Mm-hmm.
And Athena, the goddess, the dominant one,
Mm-hmm.
right, the god of this, I don't want to say call her but the god, but the dominant force within the designing. So you come in to be a force within this designing.
Yeah.
So let me challenge you a little bit.
No problem.
What makes you think, right, that you could challenge the current design? Well, before we reach the challenging part,
Ooh.
right? Then you got time to think about that. Does Tobago have money in designing? What are some of the ways you could make money in designing? Is it profitable in designing in Tobago? You see any financial gain in it?
Yes, honestly, yes, I do. Because there are few designers who I know, right? They make designs, right? They have their own brands in Tobago, and they are literally exploding, they're blooming. And they've probably been here for years, like Fluorescent Black, right? I follow a lot of his work because
Right.
I love his work.
Fluorescent Black is who?
That's Daniel.
Daniel, what
Yeah.
he does. Now remember, we are speaking to a lot of people who is not familiar with the language of design.
True.
So let me rephrase the word designer. Right? We call them tailors.
Yes.
Right? We call them seamstress. So the word design means seamstress. So there's a market for tailors. Right? And Mr. Daniel is a tailor.
Yeah, he's still, but he also does fashion design.
Fashion design. Meaning what?
As
Tell me what
in-
is design really?
For me, I would say design is putting together an idea of like silhouettes. So silhouette is basically like how an outfit looks like in shape wise, right? So it's like putting silhouettes together, colors together, dimensions together, different techniques, right? And creating something that someone has not seen before, right? That's what like design means to me, right? So, and then fashion basically is something where
Close your way.
Close your way, yes. But it's have more like styles. It have a more like funk. It have something like more individual. Something about fashion is more individual.
Individual, yes, because that's your personality. What you wear it
Yes.
says a lot about yourself.
That's true.
Right, so the Athena intend to bring out your personality through your clothes.
Clothing, yes.
Right, through fashion. Right? And that lends to the question is what specific type of fashion we have, because there is a market for clothes, right?
Yes.
And there is a niche, I believe, correct me, because I'm coming to challenge you. I hope you don't think about that part, right? What gives you the right as a young 17-year-old, right, to challenge the status quo, to be the goddess of fashion, right? Now, there are many areas that you could benefit in fashion, right? Designing, there's the work area, the work aspect. If you notice, bank people and work people have a fashion, right? That is one area. There are weddings, right? The bridal wear, the gowns, that's a fashion.
Yes.
Right? There's school uniforms, there's police uniforms. What specific is your target group for fashion design?
My target group is people who are more quirky, right?
Quirky designs.
Yes.
Right.
Quirky
Or
because
expressive.
yes.
Right.
Expressive, whimsical, because my designs are more colorful and bold, right?
Yes, I could see that. Now, if you look at this one here, right, you will observe, right, the uniqueness, quirkiness, if you want to call it that. Right? Now, this was made from rags. I'm using the word rag deliberately. Handkerchiefs, right? We just call this put together
It's patchwork.
patchwork,
Yes,
right?
it's
This
called
is
patchwork.
a unique type. Does this have a name?
This specifically is called urban, right?
Abron?
Urban
Right. Urban fashion.
fashion.
I love this. And you have your neighbor breaker,
Yes.
right? I love this handkerchief designs. And this one is more urban as well.
This more is like kind
I
of
love the
pirates.
earthy color.
Yes.
Yeah, earthy cream.
I was thinking Caribbean Pirates for this one.
Oh, Caribbean Pirates.
Yeah. So I was like, definitely, this is giving Caribbean Pirate for me. And when I did the photo shoot with my model, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Cherish. I was like, wow, we need to do this by the beach, and we did it. And a lot of people was like, I love this outfit. Like,
Yes, no, it's interesting. You come good. You come good. So all I look out there, you see the edge she taking. She's taking a different style. What about this?
Okay, so I was
What's the age group for this?
honestly any age group for me, I would say,
Yeah.
because if I was 6 and I saw this, I'd wear those little stockings and
Yeah,
Mary Janes and
This
something.
could wear like church,
Um,
right? And graduation. Why
I don't know about the church. I don't know about that church part, okay? But this is called Miss Cupcake because
Miss Cupcake?
Yes.
All right.
I was inspired by a cupcake.
Right.
Yeah.
What about Miss Blue?
This is called Miss Moko Jambi because
Moko Jambi,
yep.
right? For them tall girls?
Yep, for the tall girls and I call it the tall girls and Moko Jambi. I'm just saying, when I was designing this, I was inspired by the Moko Jambi, and I was like, let me just, yeah.
Right, because this is a pants.
Yeah.
No, this could wear. No offense, I'm just looking for likes with the Moko Jambi time. That's that, right? Yeah.
Because on my Instagram page, I have it as lengthy flare, because if you raise up the pants, you see a lot of flares at the edge.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot
It's
of
really,
ruffles and
really,
things.
really unique.
Thank you.
Yeah, I find that the let me use it to paraphrase you. Your quirkiness has a depth to it, right? There's a niche there, right? Because we tend to be more tribal. We tend to gravitate to one style. Everybody wearing the same thing. Right, so you're taking a chance there, right, to go against the status quo. You're going against the grain and encourage people to be different. This is actually what you're doing. So now, here comes the question. What gives you the authority? What gives you the right? What gives you the inspiration, if you want to use that word, to challenge the status quo? To challenge the new way of fashion in Tobago? What makes you feel that you could test them? As you're only 17 years old, you now come.
For me, right, people around my age group tend to dress the same way, right? And so I was like, what about being different? Nothing is wrong with being different. I think we reach an age where like being different is like a bad thing, right? When it's actually a good thing because you have your own identity, right? So for me, I'm saying that my fashion is to be different and to stand out, right? Because when I wear this clothing, people be like, what's she wearing? But it actually look good though. And I was like, that's my point, right? Because like it doesn't have one fashion alone, it has multiple, and you have to stand out and be you. Okay?
Right.
Because my brand is about self-confidence, basically. It was built off of self-confidence. Yeah.
Right. So that's your motto.
Yeah.
Self-confidence. Dare to be you. Dare to be me. Right?
Because like my motto is your outfits may not be today might not be perfect, but your outfit can be. Yeah. So every time I had to go to school,
Today
I was like, today is not perfect, but my outfit
but
is.
the outfit is perfect. Athena. Yes. So tell us more about yourself. There's a unique design right behind there. Now it make up of zippers.
Yes.
I find it very interesting. Why not go into mass? Now that mass is another area where you could benefit from designing, right? So you're exploring some of the areas where you could benefit, because people doesn't be aware of that.
Yeah.
Most people, they say that fashion boring, fashion is America thing and them
Yeah.
things. But there is money to be made in fashion. So seeing that you're creativeness in this, right? And I will make a note of that. You see, creative people does not follow rules.
Sure.
Right? All creative. We don't ever follow rules. We work on our own time. Don't ask you when we're going to done. Don't ask me nothing. It will be done, and it will be done on time, and it will be done properly. We are creative. So I understand your perspective. So why not carnival? Have you ever done carnival? Let me ask you.
Yes, I have done Monarchs of Mass already, where I would made a jumbie, and it was actually a fun process. I did it for the fun of it because it was the first time. I wasn't actually looking to win anything, but just to see, let people know that okay, I'm entering this. Eventually I might want to do more. And then last year for I think it was Soca Titans, right?
Soca Titans.
Yes.
Right.
One of the artists asked me to make their costumes, and that was a blast, honestly. I had fun sewing it. When I saw them on stage, I was like, I love this. And then a lot of people was commenting on my Instagram that, oh my God, I knew it was you because my clothes are more like bold, they're more colorful, they're more stand out. So they know it was me already. And I was like, well, at least they know that this is Athena, okay?
Yeah. So, let's get into the mass, Alika. So, Tobago Carnival, what is your view on that?
Honestly, I was never really a carnival person. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Because I was more like, that's for, the wild and energetic people.
Yeah.
I thought I just wasn't like that. But then I was like, we start getting into a little bit because I get older. I can't just shelter myself all the time.
Right.
So I think this year, October, trying to like experience everything, right? Like the mud and everything. Safely. Everything I'll do safely.
Yeah.
But with my mother's permission, I'll be going out and, kind of with a safe crew and just learning about it because I'm not really into it, right? But I would like to actually know more about it so I can know.
From a design aspect, right? You gain inspiration and
definitely.
Because Carnival, I would say, was born out of limitations, right? And from watching your design, you are limited by so many factors, and out of limitness come greatness. Because for example, you're limited by handkerchief alone. Right, you produce. You're limited by
bandanas. It's bandanas, guys.
Bandanas, yes. right. So if you look at the mass and the creativity from the mass, you show limitness. You didn't have the correct material, but still you managed to produce such a beautiful artwork that the world could see. The audience never see the hard work and the struggle behind. Right, so. I would encourage you while you're out there, right, to look at the different creativity, how the carnival put together with the limitness that it has. Okay. Right? Imagine this, you're so limited, right, that you have no money to play mass. You play mass with mud. Mud you're going to play with now, and now mud is the biggest thing. You understand? They're charging you for mud, colored mud now. Blue mud, right? Right? So out of the limitness, right, you produce marvelous things, right?
Okay, I got
so tell us a little bit more about yourself. What else you would like to talk about? Because this is your platform. This is Athena's platform. What is it you want to challenge the audience to think? Because Athena challenges the status quo. So challenge the audience to...
So my challenge to y'all is to dare to be different and also to come out your comfort zones, because it's only when I came out my comfort zone is when I started to express myself more, let my clients know, well, I have this and I have that, I started to do more activities. Like I didn't start those hobbies until I had to challenge myself. I was like, Serena, I have to get out of this room, right? Stop binge watch anime and go and learn a hobby, go and do something, because my mom is multi-talented, right? Yeah. And I was inspired by her to do everything. So I was like, you know what? If she can do this, I'm gonna do that, okay? Yeah. For example, right? She did 9 subjects. I was like, well, bet I go and do 11, right? That was tough, guys. Originally it was 13, but then I dropped 2 because I was like, guys, chemistry and geography take me out.
Then I understand.
Yeah, that wasn't for me. I was like, I don't think my brain could take in this information, so I was like, forget that. But I was like, at least I do 2 more, so yeah. I was like, okay, mom can really dance. I would be the best dancer I could possibly be. Shout out to Chance to Dance Academy, because that's why I dance under.
You do dancing as well?
Yes, I dance as well.
Heritage and...
I want to get into that.
You want to get into that? You like it?
Because I love how, especially African.
Yeah. The vibe, the energy.
The vibe, the energy, the amount of movement they have. I was like, that is so deep.
So we'll be seeing you go to Heritage. We hopefully.
Because I haven't done any of my hobbies since exam started. Like, CX, you really take me. I was like, nope.
Right.
Yeah, just focus on us for now. And I was like, okay, no problem.
Right. So, okay.
Yep.
So how is your peers, your friends in school? How are they responding to Athena?
They are very, very, very supportive. of my work. Some of them even model for me at some point. Yeah, they would post my work. They would see Serena model. They'd be like, "Well, let me post this up. Serena, I could buy this for you." So they would literally let others know about my work, right? And I appreciate them so much for that because, you know, I think it's because of them they push more of my work out because they was like, wow, I actually have like a friend or a classmate who's actually so talented, and they may have actually trying her best to do more than the average teenager. They was like, let me push her because, for example, right, we had this thing in school, right, where they was giving out certificates to students. It's like a student thing, and it was like most likely to be famous, and I hear my name called, and I was like, wow, my classmates really voted for me. I was kind of shocked because I was thinking somebody else. So I was like, wow, thank you guys. And I was like, okay, cool. Because yes, I do all of this, but you still have to be humble because I don't want it to get to my head.
Right, so let me ask you. So you did shows already?
Yes.
Some of the shows that you've been...
I did. Well, I had 2 lines already. The first one, 2 lines.
2 lines?
Yeah, we call it a line in fashion. Like,
what does it mean, line? What is that
as
line?
in like a clothing line. Like, you know, you have like several
clothing
outfits.
lines.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, the teacher mean, right? I don't know.
Yeah, so
right? I'm not familiar with the language.
That's no problem. Don't
Right.
worry. So
Yeah.
I had 2 clothing lines. Okay, I'll say one. Okay, because the first one was more like me coming out as, you know, like a designer, as in me wanting to show the world, like, okay, this is what I want to produce. This is what I want you all to see. And so my first line, right, I didn't really have a name for it, but I just called it Freedom because it was freedom to express myself.
Okay.
And it was
Beginning,
under
right.
it was like the beginning. So it was for my uncle's birthday, Keelan Whitlock. Well, cousin, sorry. I keep calling uncle. I don't know, he's just like an uncle to me. So
Yeah.
So that I had like about 8 designs and I showcased it. And
Where?
a lot of people, I can't remember. That happened so long ago.
Right.
Because I was sewing everything.
Right.
I was like, yes, guys, give mommy the information and she will drop me, okay? Shout out to mommy because watching I say, mommy, I need to go here. She's like, okay, let me go. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
Because
Let me jam it out.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think I remember you did a show in Bell Garden.
Yes.
That was
our second one I coming
That was the second one.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So that was called A New Journey.
A New Journey. So you start with Freedom.
Yep.
Then A New Journey. All right, go ahead. Tell me
So
about
A
the
New Journey was basically different stages in life as like how I see myself as an adult. So I had like swimwear, techwear. Techwear is
So that's
like
more lines again.
yeah,
Right.
not more lines.
Clothing
It was like 2 to 3 outfits, right?
Right.
And it was just going in order of like how I would see myself on
Right.
a normal day as being an adult, right?
Right,
So I
okay,
had
okay.
swimwear, I had techwear. Techwear is more like cargo pants and you know them buffer. Well, I don't say buffer, but
Like
buffer jackets.
jumper.
Not jumper. Jumper, we could say that. Yeah, you could say a jumper.
Or tech wear.
Techwear.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You could set it up. Yeah, it's actually really because they explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swimwear, that's like cargo pants, having more than one pocket.
Yeah.
Right, so even the shirts will have more than one pocket.
Yeah,
so
pockets,
that's more tech.
zippers, but yeah.
Right, you might have a little flap here.
Yeah, all of
you
that
know?
drama.
Right, so that's tech wear. Swimwear,
So the swimwear was kind of
2-piece and one
Nah, it wasn't no
onesies
two-piece.
and what let's call it name and them
it had the onesies.
onesies.
For me, I
Yeah.
would say most of the swimwear was kind of outrageous, quote unquote.
Outrageous because
Yeah,
you know that
because-
is your style, eh? You have that
Yeah, because it
cokiness
was
and-
very sexy.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very like, whoa, I didn't know you would see
Bold,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I was like, okay. It also had like casual wear, like, you know, casual dresses in different colors.
for men and women.
Nah, just women.
Women, right?
Yeah, because at that point I wasn't really studying this for men at that point and design for men, you know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're more at that time you focus more on women.
Yeah.
Right.
But I did design 2 pieces for men. I think it was like formal wear, right?
Formal wear,
Yeah.
right? Formal means jacket and
Yeah,
tie.
jacket and tie.
And suit. That's more like a suit, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just the 2.
So I think you could design a dashiki for me.
We could talk about that after. We'll talk about that after. Okay,
Right?
but sure.
Yeah.
We could talk about that after.
Right. What else you said more than one shoe, so you're beginning Freedom,
Then a new journey, and after
a
that,
New Journey, and is there any other?
Nope,
Yeah, you did a show in Shaw Park.
that's the same thing. A new journey, I just
A New
did
Journey,
different,
right,
yeah.
right. So the one in Bell Garden and the
one in Bell Garden and Shop Park is the same thing. It's just different events they wanted me to showcase it at.
Right. So you have showcased the same show at different locations, the same line at different
locations, yes.
So where do you sell? I know at this young age, you cannot determine your future because there's so much things you're getting into, right? And at some point you will be zeroing in.
Because right now they're
right?
saying
I try to pronounce the zero in, right? Although that's a meme, right? On one, right? How you see yourself in the future at this time? So in 10 years time, we will look back and see if you have changed or if you have continued. So in 10 years time, where do you see Athena?
Well, Athena would definitely be a lawyer, a corporate lawyer, because I'm not planning to go into fashion design because fashion design is very expensive, I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's more expensive than law, honestly. So I decided to become a corporate lawyer because that's like business law. Because a lot of businesses definitely need a lawyer, right? So I wanted to go into that field and eventually have a firm, right? And then after that, I would have like a storefront with my designs. And if anybody wants anything custom made, then sure, I will have my people because obviously I don't gonna be sewing at that point. So I'll actually have a storefront with the designs to come and buy. And if you need anything custom made, then that will be available as well. But I don't want it to only be in Tobago. I want it to be, global.
Right. So you're more into law or let's say business.
Corporate law.
Corporate law. Corporate means like not small business. Corporate is a size of business at a certain size. Right? You're looking at B Mobile, looking at Digicel, looking at
can see that.
Those larger laws because there are there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Intricacies, fine print, right? Fine details in law. And what inspired you to go in that direction?
Because my mother said I argues too much, so just become a lawyer. Honestly, she was like, "You could definitely be a lawyer. You like to talk, you like to argue, okay." And there's many arguments, obviously. So it's like, just become a lawyer. And I was like, I don't think that's a good reason to become a lawyer. But I was like, let me go into the field and try it out because you never know you'll be good at unless you try it.
Exactly. Yes. And you're a person willing to explore.
I'm willing to explore
new things. And this is a good lesson for us adults as well. Right, let's explore different fields. We don't have to stay in one area, right? There's multifaceted areas that you could get yourself in, and we always try to tend to see ourselves in the future, what we would like to be in the future, and we have aim towards that. Is there any other area you would like to explore?
Honestly, hobby-wise, I would say I would want to try ballet and figure skating.
Ballet, stand up on your toe?
Yes, that looks so exciting and cute, and how they do the little, spins. I don't know what it's called, but it looks so. Yes, I see.
You know what exercise you have to do for that?
That's nothing.
You don't see the stretching. That is not
God
just.
give me the strength. I'm very flexible. Once God give me the strength, I might try it.
The determination. Actually, determination.
Yep. Very determined.
Lord God. Wow. Miss Athena for you. Right. So, any last words for the audience?
Dare to be different, guys. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to feel insecure because somebody else has this and you don't have it. God has a plan for you, and once you believe that God has a plan for you and put your faith in that, He would guide you to where you need to be. Because honestly, I got baptized in April, and I was like, you know what? I trust in God to tell me that this is the path I have to go, and if this is the path I'm going on, I trust Him, and I believe that He would make me succeed in the near future. Yeah.
All right, audience. I would just like to thank Miss Athena for joining us here, and we will clearly see that the youth within our community and within the Tobago space is on a positive trajectory. We is not all negative, right? We is not all negative. Negative youths come from negative adults, right? That just putting that out there. All right, so thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Right? I got it, all right. What's easy? Yes, easy.
You've been listening to The Voice of the Village, powered by the Goodwood Village Council. Be sure to subscribe to Voice of the Village on YouTube, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for more conversations that inform, inspire, and connect our community. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.